Some of my favorite videos to do are kind of my monthly EDC updates, and I get it. Sometimes it can be pretentious or even obnoxious of us YouTubers to show you the shit we're carrying every month, but I think that these are good ideal holders for you, give you some stuff there. I'll let you know if any of these companies are paying me for this content. And then what I bought on my own and what I will get all over again after the end of this month. So thanks for stopping by once again. My name is Marine X. Let's jump into my everyday carry for the month of August of 2025. First thing I want to bring up, I talked about this in my new gear video. This is the Dango M4 Maverick wallet. They made some changes from the M1 wallet to the M4. They're both about the same size, but this one now has a titanium money clip up here that you can get optional. You don't have to get the money clip. It's kind of like one of those things, like you decide you want to get yourself one, you snatch it up. All these wallets do come with an RFID tag in the front, which keeps your main cards covered, so there's no skimming efforts or anything like that. And this is 3 millimeters thick, so it makes it harder for a thief to be a thief. Now, you know, if they're going to do some thievery type stuff, they're going to do some thievery type stuff. But just to make it getting out of my pocket a little bit easier, I have noticed that the longer Dango lanyard I had on here was pretty dope. This is really good when I'm clipping this to a bag or if I want to clip it to my belt loop. But a lot of times I just need to fish this thing out of my pocket, and this is just enough of a little baby lanyard to get it out of my pocket easier. The other side is for your ID type stuff. So if you want to put your IDs inside or anything identification wise, you can put those here. And when you do that, technically there's two little lanyard holders on the top. You can get a neck lanyard holder from Dango, and then you can wear this on your chest around your building if you needed to wear this to show your identification all times, badge into different areas and stuff like that. I think that's pretty dope. This is well made. Made in the USA is another big key indicator that makes me a big fan of this. And so far, if you're looking for a unique wallet, something that you will be proud to carry, and especially just the design cues, I want to know what modifications they're going to come out with this, because one thing Dango's really big on is giving you mods. A series, M series, they're different wallet types where you can do mods for them. So we'll see what you get with those in the future. Speaking of the future, taking a look at the past, I think is just important as the future and current day. And that's where it brings me to today's video sponsor, which is Veer. And this is their Dirty Dozen watch, specifically the A12 Dirty Dozen. This watch pays homage to the A12 line from the World War II area. So here's the story, okay? During World War II, the British military, they commissioned 12 companies to create a watch that was reliable, it was dependable, it had to be extremely accurate, and it had to be resistant to shock. It had to be resistant to dings and bumps, because in battle, different officers and people who wore the watches needs to know when to accurately move troops in and out of an area. They need to know when to accurately call in a strike or anything like that. That is what these were used for, to make sure that everyone was on the same sheet of music. They were super simple, easy to read dials. I have it in a 36 millimeter. The thing about this watch, that this has an automatic Swiss movement, which is going to give you God tier accuracy, makes this thing Swiss made. And I think it's extremely enjoyable just to look at the back and the case of this. Now, of course, you're going to get the watch straps that come with it. Okay, so you're going to get your watch straps that normally come with this bad boy. But if you want to upgrade this, it's so easy to do because the watch straps are interchangeable. They're all these 20 millimeter watch straps. So if you want to get yourself like maybe the leather watch straps that you can get from Veer, maybe the upgraded tropical straps that you can get from Veer, or you can even get yourself a third-party strap like I have here, where I have a leather strap with a kind of a suede top, which I really, really like as well. So just in case I want to be able to rock this out my own type of way. 36 millimeters works on my wrist, just to show you a comparison next to the C5 tactical watch, C3 tactical watch. Here, this is a 40 millimeter, this is a 36 millimeter. I think they both complement my wrist really, really well. You have to decide which works for you. I have about a 7.5-inch wrist. This is a very, very well made watch. So if you want something that's going to pay homage to the military timekeeping that was very critical during World War II, you want something that uses your kinetic energy to keep the movement going and rotates that motor, meaning you never need a battery for this bad boy. This is an easy acquisition, because as much as I like this field watch by Veer, this still requires the sun every now and again to get that battery moving. This just requires your body to move, lock down, screw down crown, So much you're getting out of this, and if you compare it to some of its Swiss-made competitors with the same type of movement, you're getting a banger of a deal. Shout out to Veer for sponsoring today's video. And the thing is that I really like when companies take a look at the past, whether it's their own past or the past that the nation had, and they make subtle improvements or they pay homage to those type of things. This is a company that made subtle improvements to their past, and I think that they have really made some improvements I didn't even know that I needed. This is the Three Rivers Manufacturing Bulldog Rev B. So the Rev B makes one big change to the original Bulldog. It gives you a holy nerd, a big old hole for opening this bad boy. And because of the size of the hole, this thing completely changed the sound of the knife. Here is the old knife. So we're going to show you the old Bulldog here. Okay, so that's the old one. Listen to the thonk of the new one. This hole changes both the opening and the closing sound of the knife. And I was kind of able to every now and again Spidey flick the old one. You know, I kind of missed it more often than not. This new one, I don't have any issues with the opening. I don't have any issues with getting this thing closed. If you want to ride it open with your thumb slowly, it's easier to do with that bigger hole. Versus with the old one, you can get the Spidey flick going with the new one. I think that they made some great subtle changes to this. And of course, other than giving you this micarta, which looks great, they're also going to have a full titanium version of this. You still have the same grind. You now get a satin finish instead of a stone wash finish for the blade itself. I didn't think I had an issue opening the old one. I thought it was relatively easy until I got my hands on the new one, and I realized it is just that much better. You're rocking Crucible 20 CV blade still, which is one thing I can tell you is that this company knows how to sharpen a knife. Comes extremely sharp out of the box. And one thing I like about Three Rivers Manufacturing is their story. A lot of times with a knife company, you don't realize the story behind them. And the thing is that they originally started with Halpern titanium in the back of their truck, selling titanium to other knife companies. And they've been a staple in this community for years. They turn that know-how, that expertise, and they now start their own company where they're starting to bang out great products like this, knowing that they have quality made in America materials. I love that type of story. The owners themselves, the owner, he's been carrying one of their knives in his pocket for 8 years now. Same exact knife. He sharpens it about twice a year. So if you poo-poo 20 CV, I would say just take a look at how tried and tested it is. And I know we love all the other super steels and you love yourself some Magna Cut, but I think that this is a reliable knife that you're going to enjoy for years to come. Speaking of enjoying something a little bit different and small, I really want to take you to the Nitecore. This is the MT1C Pro. This is a very small but capable flashlight that's almost, I would dare to say, something that you might be able to accompany a handgun very easily. So if you have this with you, you want to be able to carry this with you while you're holding your handgun in your left hand, I think this can be doable. This was a hard decision to make, especially versus the Phoenix PD25R. But what drew me in is that I don't wear hats very often, and this pocket clip almost seems oversized for the Phoenix PD25R. So it really did bring it down to how slim and how strong this pocket clip is. I can put this on any of my trousers. It's not going anywhere. This is a 1000 lumen maximum brightness when it comes to this flashlight. The thing about it is it does kind of have a momentary switch, but you really have to be careful how you push it. Okay, so right now I'm turning this on, I'm getting 1000 lumens, but if I do that momentary switch too quickly, I actually change modes. You see I'm going high, low, high, low. So if you want a momentary feature, you got to really pace yourself and go a little bit slowly. But speaking of that, you do get the high, low, medium. You're not going to get, one thing you're not going to get out of this is you're not going to get a strobe mode. So if that's something that's important to you, then you're going to want to look elsewhere. Maybe even the Phoenix PD25R. This is only 800 lumens, but it does give you a strobe mode. I think that with this candela and this spot being mixed, I really think they missed out by not giving you a strobe mode, because I think that this is a flashlight that you could easily use to get yourself out of a sticky situation. I like the knurling. This is a great flashlight if you want to put a lanyard on there. Very small, fits in the palm of your hand, and you have no reason not to carry this with you at all times just in case you need it. So I like this, especially the fact this thing is less than 50 bucks. I get you a discount code and probably get it even cheaper. Check the links in the description for anything that I'm talking about. Could you want more lumens if you're a security officer? Probably. I probably would want like 4,000 lumens. Maybe I might want to rock something like the Nitecore EDC, which is going to give me all the brightness warning. Here we go. So let's go and just show you what it really is like when you're, so you can go with even more brightness behind you if that's something that you want to do. Here's some stuff that I don't carry every day. That's why I have them here. This awesome hank, I don't carry every single day. It's normally lives in a pouch, but every now and again I will carry a hank. And then we also have a Zippo. A Zippo is normally in my pocket because I do smoke sticks, but I probably only smoke like 3 sticks a month. So a lot of times this is in my pocket to light incense and just have a fire source with me at all times. That is pretty important to me. It does have a butane insert, a Zippo butane insert instead of Zippo fuel. So the fuel doesn't evaporate anywhere near as fast as your typical Zippo fuel. So this thing will last me easily a month. Then I wanted to bring you guys attention to, this is the EDC pocket tool labeled as black metal, and it's clearly stainless steel. I kind of was able to determine that. Not, I don't know, it doesn't seem like the best grade of stainless steel. This is clearly a Big Idea Design bit bar ripoff. Okay, I say ripoff because it's a clone. They don't actually label this as a bit bar, so it's not a counterfeit. It's more like a clone. It doesn't have that easy opening mechanism with the bit bar. The way you actually push to see the bits is you push them from the bottom and it exposes the bits. So you push down here, exposes the bits. You got your T20, T15, a couple different sizes of Robertson bits. You have 2 different sizes of Phillips, and then 2 different sizes of slotted. The thing about these is that they are the standard quarter bits down here. So if you want to, you can just change these out. I probably want to change these out to a T8 and T6, just if I need to do some maintenance on a knife. This thing's not made the best. I wanted to try it out. I bought this with my own money. It cost 17 bucks. The bit bar, I think that's made of titanium, but that thing's 100 bucks. Okay, so if you really want, this comes in black, it comes in stainless, but look at those small details that are already off. This pocket clip is not centered. You see that? It's tightened, but it's not centered, and I can wiggle it a little bit. This is going to live best in a pouch, not in my pocket. I wanted to show it to you because I just picked it up, and it does come with a bit extender so that you can use this in different places. You load it up at the very tip right here, and that's how you actually drive the fasteners in. A little bit of play in the actual tool itself, but not to the point where it's unusable. So I did want to try this out. I like the fact that it's magnetic. This is something that I think is pretty dope. Then I want to bring you to my most recent acquisition that I got not too long ago. I recently mentioned it, but these Heatwave Z87 authorized glasses that I have here, these things are great because, first of all, they're Z87, meaning that if you work on a construction site, you can technically wear these. They're permitted. But also, these give a UV 400 protection. They give you a lot of protection from the sun with these. You can get them polarized or non-polarized. And the thing I like about them a lot is you can wear these just as regular glasses, take them also to the range, and wear them just basically anytime the sun is out. I think they look stylish. I think they look really, really good. I'm a big fan of these glasses. And so Heatwave sent these out to me, and I don't owe them any content for them. But since I've gotten them, I like them a lot. They sent me a couple pairs out. I've tried a few other ones. This has landed on my favorite so far, and I have a really wide, fat ass face, and this easily goes on my face. Like, I have an oversized face. This goes on my face pretty easily. So I put that as kind of like my, it's every day, but it's not all day, every day type of carry for that item. And then of course we got the boomstick, which I'm still kind of, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll talk about that in another video because I do have some options for the month, but I haven't landed on a true final choice. What do you think? Are we thinking we should go with a Colt 1911 or should we go with the Beretta 40? I don't know. Let me know, the 40 caliber, or should we go with the Colt? Comment down below. Let me know which one works out for you. What was your favorite item for the month of August that I'm rocking? Let me know what you're rocking this month or what you just rock in general. And also let me know some stuff I need to check out in the future. First time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you a part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grade. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.